Lisa, who was then able to assist the parent with that student. So these kiddos are really learning what to do, and they're taking it serious and following through. Hope Squads educate the entire student body to reduce stigma and change their school's culture, both at school and on media. So the Hope Squad kids have events throughout the year at school to promote health and well-being, and absolutely to reduce the stigma, which I think has seriously happened because people are far more open now talking about mental health issues than they were in the past. Research shows that Hope Squads have a positive impact on members and their communities while normalizing conversations about mental health. The little picture down there, I wish I could have made that one bigger, but you see a bunch of parents on one side of the room. There's a lot on the other side of the room as well. This was one of the parent Hope Squad nights that we had. And we usually get a really good turnout there. And so far, whenever we've had these nights, they're the parents of kids who have been nominated. In 3 years, we've only had one parent decline to have their kid be in Hope Squad, and that was only because it conflicted with another class that the student had to take. Suicide statistics are very scary. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for individuals aged 10 to 14 and individuals aged 25 to 34. Is the third leading cause of death for individuals aged 15 to 24, and the fourth leading cause of death for those aged 35 to 44. So it's serious and it keeps going up. These statistics are a few years old, and ever since COVID, the statistics have continuously increased. You see a little poster banner there. It says, "Who gives you hope?" That was designed by one of our Hope Squad kids and hung on campus. Kids talk to kids, and this is why programs like Hope Squad are really important, because kids who are struggling don't tend to go to adults. They tend to talk to their friends. And friends don't always want to, so to speak, snitch on their friend. Like so-and-so's being bullied, or so-and-so's cutting themselves, or so-and-so's doing this, because then their friend gets mad at them. But if they don't tell, the outcome could be catastrophic. So that's why with training Hope Squad students who then share the information with other students on campus, that's how we get the information that we need in order to help those kids who are secretly struggling. Hope Squad promotes connectedness to school. They do a lot of school activities to make kids feel more connected to their school and feel happier to come to school. It promotes school safety, which, like I said, it helps to cut back on safety concerns at school, because the more kids that are trained, so to speak, the more eyes and ears that are on campus to help stop with bullying situations and mental health situations and kids who are just suffering quietly without saying anything. Reducing the stigma of mental illness increases help-seeking behavior. Community partnerships, we have had a lot of community members who have offered to help. We've had businesses in the community who have donated stuff for some of our events. So it's been really great community-wide. We've even had parents who have inquired if they can have a Hope Squad for adults in the community, because they know a lot of adults that are suffering. Anti-bullying, like I said, so if students are being bullied and they are made aware of it, then those students can be brought to see our therapist or our school psychologist or whatever to get help. And then if we can find out who's doing the bullying, then that information can be given to the site administrators so that they can handle that with discipline. Improve school climate, overall atmosphere or feel of the school, as well as the school culture, which are the shared beliefs and values around mental health. I can tell you whenever they do events, they do pass out mental health brochures and awareness bracelets and just different things like that to get people to pay attention and take it serious. This year they're trying to do an event every Friday. Sometimes it's just playing music, sometimes it's passing out information, sometimes it's just being available for students to walk up and talk to them. They're also doing an open door lunch I think it's once a week. And students can then just go in and talk to Hope Squad kids or the advisors who happen to be in that room. Here's some of the events that our students have done. In the top left, they were doing friendship bracelets, so kids made bracelets for their friends. In the top center, it was where it's take a note, leave a note. So they put inspirational quotes on sticky notes. At the elementary school, they did banners like that. At the middle school, they did a wall. And at the high school, they did them in the bathroom. And kids would take a note off and they left sticky notepads with markers so they can write a note to replace it. We were concerned that maybe they would write something inappropriate or do something and mess it up, but honestly, nobody did. Everybody was very excited about it. We actually had a parent member from the community call and express appreciation for it because her student went home super excited about it. Top left, they had sidewalk chalk day where they were drawing inspirational pictures, as well as talking to kids that came up and sharing chalk with kids, so it became a whole school thing. Bottom left, we had set up picture days where we had all kinds of fun things for them to use to take their pictures in groups, so we were trying to get more kids together. We had adults obviously in there too. We had little signs that they could hold up and they were writing inspirational statements on their signs. The little boy in the center bottom there, he's adorable as can be. He's wearing a chain of hope. Another one of our activities was kids wrote somebody who inspires them on a link or something that they think would inspire others on the links, and then the links were connected together and they made chains out of them. They were hanging all over the place. They were hanging in the cafeteria, in the office. Kids, like you see, were wearing them. I had some delivered to me. They were hanging in our office. And so all of the events have been going over very well. On the bottom right, that is a pledge banner. So every school site does a pledge banner every year. The kids who are willing to participate, make their handprint, or if there's too many kids, it becomes thumbprints, that has happened many times. And they're pledging to be kind and spread hope. Hope Squad outreach and activities, the Hope approach. So they teach them about heads up, being alert to signs of struggle. So watching out for those kids who are sitting all alone all the time, isolating themselves. Pay attention to their surroundings, basically. Offer support to others. Provide resources. Go to trusted adults. And empower them, encourage them to seek help when they need it. We have Hope Week where we do events for the entire week and pass out mental health awareness and overall wellness brochures and pamphlets. National Day of Hope is another day where we do some celebrations and pass out stuff. Leaders Care is a new program that Hope Squad is creating where you can create a team of leaders on the campus and then they teach leadership skills. And Mental Health Awareness Week, another time where we do activities, hosting events like Field Day and Special Olympics. So Field Day, we had all of the special ed students from other campuses go to the high school. We had a big day of activities for them. Special Olympics, we do similar, but then we also add in the color run. It's been very welcomed by the community. Last year, we were able to give out free food, and people were very appreciative and actually wanting to, can we donate? Can we do stuff? They wanted to participate as well. Community involvement, they participated in the Parent Community Fair. and handed out information there. They've also participated in the parades, and we also have Hope Squad newsletters, and you'll see an example of that. Here's some more of our kiddos. The two pictures on the left, top and bottom, are both welcoming kids back to school. The two middle pictures, the top one was at the community resource fair. The bottom one was color run. Top right is also from the color run. Those were the adults who volunteered to help. And then the bottom right was at the Veterans Parade. These are just a couple of examples of like Hope Squad Week, things that they do. Like we have Meaningful Monday, Togetherness Tuesday, Wonderful Wednesday, Think About It Thursday, Find a Friend Friday. And it comes with different styles of dressing up and also different activities for each day. And then on the right is the example of Wellness Today. This is a Hope Squad newsletter that is available for parents, families of the community, and teachers. There's a separate one for teachers and staff. It has each one every month has a different topic, and it gives you information on that topic. It tells you signs and symptoms if it's something to watch for. On the backside, it tells you intervention strategies. This one happens to be the role of hope in suicide prevention and signs of hopelessness to watch for. And they're very informative. Parents have really appreciated them. Curriculum samples. These are some of the topics that they teach in Hope Squad. Self-care, staying grounded, digital divide, which involves social media, and the divide between the negative things that happen through social media as well. Attitude of gratitude, inclusivity, getting everybody involved. Everyone has a story, break the stigma, equity and equality, adversity, overcoming things, conflict resolution for those students that need it, isolated and alone for those kids, like I said, who are depressed and staying isolated, and for those kids who are stressing out, resilience, reaching out, emotional intelligence, bouncing back, suicide prevention, real talk, at-risk peers, and responding after suicide, building relationships, all about healthy relationships and what they look like, because a lot of our students have had relationships that weren't the best for them, and managing conflict within relationships. And constructive choices, creating a safe and school environment is what they promote. Those are just some wonderful people who have attended our events as well. So the left was from one of our color run days, our Special Olympics. On the right is the staff, obviously, at the high school holding one of our chains of hope. And that is it for me. If anybody has any questions, I would be happy to answer those for you. I did also bring, just so that you can see, a couple of binders. These are what the curriculum consists of. It's very extensive. Just so everybody understands the depth of Hope Squad, it's not just a small club that focuses on one thing. It's a large curriculum that covers a lot of things. And any questions?
No, but I want to add a little to that. About 5 years ago, Mario and I attended a CSBA conference, and in that, Marietta School District had a program similar to this. When we came back, I believe it was in your office, Mrs. Gaines, we had Cheryl and her group come over, and they came back to us and we said, yeah, we got something like that. We got Hope Squad. Well, the direction at that time was run with it, okay? But over the last few years, I'm not hearing very much about it. And then all of a sudden, during some of the expulsion hearings that we get, we're finding new students coming in, and they're coming in front of us within 2 or 3 weeks of being here. So I have a challenge for all the administrators to also include the counselors. You should be able to identify these students coming in and getting kicked over to Hope Squad for some help. We shouldn't have to see these kids. I mean, various items, but they're getting with the wrong crowd, and that wrong crowd is, hey, hide this for me, or bring in this, this liquor or whatever. We don't need that, but I think it can be prevented if we use the Hope Squad as I believe it's intended to hopefully intervene here. So please, as administrators, please, let's put a lot of emphasis on let's making this work. Do you have questions about it? Talk to Cheryl, I know, but I do push it very hard because of what I see, and I feel bad for a lot of these kids coming in. They want to make friends, but they got an element that wants to make friends with them that they probably shouldn't see. So.
You like to hear that October is bully prevention, or bully prevention month of October. So Hope Squad is currently working on anti-bullying campaigns, posters, and things to hang around their schools.
As a matter of fact, I just finished a class for Antelope Valley Union High School District on bullying and cyberbullying, and it is very good at what it is, and some of the things that I do talk about is what I've learned from. And I just finished it today, actually. Okay, is that it? Anybody have anything else? Anybody wants to make a comment?
Hey Cheryl, where do you find the news?
They're on the Hope Squad website. I can show you. I can give you one, and it has the bullying on it. I was sending them out for a while, but I was sending them to just parents of kids in Hope Squad. But I think I want to make them more accessible to everyone. I might just start putting them actually on the website.
Reports. Let's see, Mr. Shillin's not here. CSA report.
Hello, everybody. It's been a pretty busy start to the school year. It feels like we're, all getting back into routine and everything's getting better. Got a lot of new hires. So CSA has to get out there, really meet with them, let them know what we're all about. And then, we're still working on getting our negotiations up and running. Our labor rep, Chris, has gotten a couple other districts under his belt now. So he's a lot more busy than he used to be. So wrapping up some like MOUs and some other business and things like that with him has been taking a little longer than normal. But I'm also trying to give him a little space because I know he's a little overwhelmed right now. But we will try to begin our negotiations very soon. Because I know Barbara and the district negotiation team wanted to do that sooner than later this time around, and we're looking forward to it as well. But that's about it for now. So, thank you.
Thank you. Student board member, Aaliyah?
We have a football game on Friday. Both snack bars will be ran. And then for Tropico, they had a really good dance on Friday. There was 167 students that attended, and they all had a great time. The band and cadet corps will be participating in the Armed Forces Parade this weekend here in Rosemont. And then Student Voices will officially start at Tropico this month and are excited about partnership with this community school initiative. And then for Arias, they are starting ASB Drama and Science Fair. They had 2 net assemblies last month. Students loved them. And ASB's speeches and elections. The candidates gave speeches to 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students and did a great job delivering their speeches. PTA has put on 2 events and has many more planned. Site Council and ELAC are meeting in September. And that's all I have.
Thank you. CBO report, Mr. Irving.
Alrighty. Later. Let's see, looking forward to the negotiations starting earlier this year, so let's see my PowerPoint later. Estimated expenditures are a little bit off, based off when everything's settled. That's really you guys' home, which is usually fair. Earlier this week, well, we've got the beacons installed for some teachers, and so we can see there's one in the middle of this office, our building here, a little white box on the ceiling. So Monday and Tuesday of this week, the district participated in training at all of the school sites in the district office along with transportation and M&O of the alert responder of A, what is this, and B, what's it look like on the back end, so in the event that it is triggered, and then the alert needs to be set up, people have an idea of what they're doing. Now that we have that training taken care of, the next phase will be preparing for district-wide staff badge rollout. So, yeah, and then along with that, staff training, so that we're not passing out badges and people have no idea what they're for, or how they work, or any, those little things. So, yeah, that's on the to-do list. Construction at RES is getting closer and closer to being done. There's some minor low voltage items still outstanding, and another piece of the fire alarm for it to be 100% functional. Yeah, presenting audited actuals tonight. So yeah, that's been a large part of the last week was final touches on that. So that is it for me.
Thank you. Assistant Superintendent, Instruction and Curriculum, Dr. Mendez.
Good evening, everyone that joins us in person and also online. We've been continuing to focus on professional development and coaching at the school sites. We have Solution Tree, our associates from Solution Tree, collaborating with site administrators, also with the teachers. So we continue our partnership, and they focus on various items ranging from data analysis, reviewing the data, planning next steps, interventions, root cause analysis, just some of the items that they focus on there. Tomorrow we will have Dr. Fisher here. He's going to be at the elementary school sites. We'll be visiting classrooms. We'll also be debriefing with admin, practice teachers, depending on their availability. And then on Friday of this week, we're going to have Dr. Fisher at secondary school sites, including Rogan High, Ultimate Education, and Trumbull Middle School. So that'll be on Friday. We've been continuing to collaborate with the Kern County Superintendent of Schools office in terms of trainings and then planning next steps. So we'll continue our partnership with them as well throughout the year, but we've been in communication with them in regards to planning next steps.
Thank you, sir. Assistant Superintendent, Special Education and Pupil Personnel, Michelle.
I've mostly just been meeting with my leadership team for the last week, and we're talking about dates to set up events throughout the school year for Hope Squad events, Special Olympics, also for our parent information nights and parent open forum nights. So we're working on getting those set up and kind of agendas for each. That's about it for me right now.
Thank you. Associate Superintendent, Human Resources, Leah Harris.
Good evening, everyone. Our SST coordinators participated in 2 one-day trainings. One was last Wednesday and one was today through KCSOS. Interviews, lots of interviews were held last week for para-educators, CSOs, and ACES. So as Gary mentioned, lots of new staff are going to be beginning in their positions tomorrow. The substitute teachers, we have every day, it seems every day we get a couple more people that apply to be a substitute teacher. So on most days, the teachers are covered. So that has, that's good when you look at frontline. And there's been days, like last Wednesday, I think we had 20 teachers out to do the induction support provider coaches training that was held in here. So we had 20 teachers alone for that. And then we had 5 or 6 more of our SST coordinators that were up in Bakersfield. And I believe we only had 1 teacher in the district that was not covered on that day. So we have a nice number of substitutes that can work every day to cover those positions. Our classified notice of employment, those went out last week. And then our certificated notices are going to go out either tomorrow or Friday. So that's it for me.
Thank you. Superintendent's report, Mrs. Gaines.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Cheryl, I just want to piggyback. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Am I correct in saying that there are 4 unique different years of curriculum of Hope Squad? Is that right or wrong?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
There's, for elementary school, it starts in 4th grade, so there's 4th and 5th grade. In middle school, there's different curriculum for 6th, 7th, and 8th. And at the high school, there's 4 years of curriculum, so 9 through 12.
Okay, good, thank you. All right, I wanted to say that I want to thank Jane for letting me sit in Gator Friday night at the football game, and he wouldn't let me drive it, but I mean, I figured maybe next time I can talk him into letting me peel around the track a couple times. But it was a great game, and didn't quite end like we would have liked it to, but great game just the same. I want to also thank Mr. Shevlin and the members of the RTA executive board. They invited me yesterday to meet with them, and I was there for 2 hours. So there were times we laughed, and it was a great visit with them. And so they gave me some things to focus on today, so I was pretty busy. But thank you for that. Yes, Gary, I am looking forward to that day, that moment in time when we sit down and start negotiations again. So hopefully that'll be soon. And I know you want it as well. We are so close to starting the construction of the boys and girls locker room. I think we opened bids, Robert, help me out here. Is it like October 12th, 13th, something like that? 14, okay. I was kind of close. October 14th, we're going to be opening bids for that new boys and girls locker room at the high school. And so hopefully shortly after that, we're going to see the dirt flying over there south of the cafeteria. And yesterday, I also, along with Mr. Bensalet, attended the ag meeting in the new high school cafeteria. We were there till a little bit past 7:30, but it was interesting. I actually learned a lot about that program and some of the things that goes on in that CTE pathway. And so it was very exciting. And I think that everything so far, so good this year. Heard nothing but good things about the cell phone policy implementation. Thank you, site administrators, for, I know that that's probably an everyday something that you have to address, but it was so wonderful just to see the kids actually being kids on campus and not, sitting there like this. I think it's going well. We'll see how it impacts our learning for this year. I think that's it for me, Mr. Kinsler. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Board members, Adrian.
Good evening, everyone. Ms. Taylor, thank you for your presentation. I think everything you touched on is truly important, and I like that you guys are always getting out there and reaching out to the community. The people that need it the most are the ones that are keeping it inside. So I think you guys are doing a tremendous job getting all the information. Thank you for your job. I also just would like to say that the fence along Rosemont Boulevard for Rosemont Elementary is looking, it looks a lot
You like
cleaner.
that?
Yeah, I like the blue. It just, I don't know, it makes it look better on your way in and out that way. So I like it. It's better than the black tarp that was blowing all
Flopping
over
in
the
the
place.
Flopping in the wind, yeah.
That is it. I don't have anything more than that.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, it's me. All right, guys. It's almost October, man. Like this year is flying by. I really don't have anything for you guys, honestly. I was at West Park last week working a book fair. Did I talk to you, Mr. Holmes? I was like, Mr. Holmes, what do you think if I just start sprinkling seeds all over the place? Wouldn't that be fun?
No, I would remember that conversation. You didn't say that.
What did I say? What is it?
I don't even know.
You were.
No, no, maybe you did say that.
I
I'm sure you
did.
did say that. I don't remember. I'm getting old. I forget to
I
say
did. I did say that because I was like, because what grows good at my house is cilantro, dill, and arugula. And like they self-seed. So it's like we could sprinkle them here or there, and then they grow, and then they go to seed, or people like harvest for them, like, hey, we'll have some fresh cilantro. Like, delicious. Arugula pizza, yes, dill, pickles, it's great. I think that'd be amazing. And then years to come, when people are finding like random dill seeds and cilantro seeds in their yard, we'll know where they came from. I think that's a great idea. I've got a bunch of soil if you want some for those beds.
She's here.
We do have a bunch of beds.
Yes, arugula pizza's delicious. No? Sure. Delicious. Anyway, besides that, I went to the back to school night at Alt Ed, and they rolled out the red carpet for me because I was the only one there. The only parent that came. I was like, what? But I got to meet some of my daughter's teachers, and they like, they just like filled me with so much hope and excitement because my child is doing really good in that program. Like A's and B's, what? Who is this? Whose child is this? My child. And I'm like, yes. Well done. So I know Robin's not here, but and the teachers over there, they're doing a great job. Other than that, seeds, you're gonna see them. You're like, get out of here. Stop dropping seeds all over the place. Jordan's like, what is this? I'm pulling weeds. Like, don't pull those weeds. It's arugula. Leave it alone.
I might take it home.
Yes. That's what I would like, like arugula pizza. Look at that. It's delicious.
Can I share something?
Yes.
Just because you'll love it.
Come on.
We got another big donation from Walmart this year,
Uh-huh.
and the last pickup that we got was a whole car full of little growing pots for all of our, we're gonna take them to all of our
Are they
elementary
like the
schools,
flat
middle
ones you put
schools,
in
whatever.
water and they expand?
They're, it's actually little trays that
Okay.
have
Oh, yeah,
divisions in them, and
Okay.
then they gave us boxes that have the soil that you put in there, and then they gave us a bunch of packets of seeds.
Okay.
The first thing I said was, when she rolled out this whole cart full of those, I'm like, ooh, Sunny's gonna be happy about
I
this.
am. I love it. I love it. I love it. We can
Kids
drop
will be
seeds because
planting.
they're cold weather tolerant seeds. So get ready, guys.
There's little areas
Get ready. Sprinkle everywhere. I'm just going everywhere. It's gonna be crazy.
next to the playground, Rosemont Elementary, the little planters.
Mm-hmm.
That's free space.
Free space everywhere. Okay. I'll leave you guys alone.
I don't know if I can top all that. I actually attended back to school night high school. Mr. B's presentation on was it Title I? It was very good. I have a little bit better understanding. We don't sometimes see a lot of that. I did go visit a couple classrooms. I went to Mr. Taylor's and had a good conversation with him and Mrs. Gaines' audiovisual club he's interested in getting. So I think we need to look at that. The other is that I'm still going to push. I think we need to get a flag football coach if we're going to do it next fall to start now, because football is not a simple sport. And I've got two coaches here that'll agree with me. It doesn't matter if it's girls flag or if it's regular football. And being an official, it's even tougher.
And Mr. Vincelet, I forgot to share with you, I do believe that Mr. Johnson told me that he has found a few schools that will play us
Yes.
out of league in flag football. So I will talk to him
I just
the
wanted,
next day or two if he's ready for us to fly that
if
now.
we can get it going, the kids, because the teams are going to play are so far in advance that I'd like to at least have them have a chance. That's just from my perspective and so forth. I don't know. Dane, what do you think about that? Would be a good idea?
You
Because
said it, football's complicated.
Yep.
It takes some time to
it takes a lot of time.
get
Yeah.
adjusted to the rules.
So appreciate it. Cheryl, thank you for your on Hope Squad presentation. If you don't mind, I'd like to, hopefully you can do that on a quarterly basis, just let us know where we're going and how it's going. And yes, I do attend a lot of things and so forth, and I have, the interest I have. Okay, it's time to pick on Desiree. Couple of years, last year and a half, we picked that new.
I'm not Desiree.
No, Desiree. But I need to have Desiree, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I need to have Desiree come back and let us know how the new bus system that we, when I was in the hospital, that I got.
The tracker.
The trackers, things like,
Yeah.
I'd like to know how that's working and so forth. So we need to get a presentation on that, if we could.
Okay,
So we know.
on the trackers.
Well, basically, I call it a GPS system on steroids, is really what it
Okay.
is. Because it tracks everything, it's supposed to track the students, it's supposed to do all kinds of things, so I'd like to know more about it, if I could. And I think that's basically it. Monday, the folks who did the audio systems at both Tropico and the high school will be down. The first day, they're going to be in here setting up I call it a video conferencing system, but it's more than that. So that where Dan is feeding video out to YouTube, this will actually have microphones that are, semi-directional to pick us up. That we're going to have monitors on both sides. So if anybody is interested in that, probably in the afternoon, we'll have that demoed. Dane, for you guys over at the high school, they will be in to put the screens up on those two speakers early in the morning on the 23rd. Hopefully we'll be out of there if we have a volleyball game. And Dr. Keys will be down finishing up your system that afternoon. So. Who's that?
Nothing.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes, ma'am.
May I just add one more thing that I forgot to
Sure.
mention that we're very excited about, also happening on Monday. Dr. Mindeborough, Kern County Superintendent of Schools, will be visiting Southern Kern on Monday. A limited time, we don't know how much time we're gonna have him, but we're gonna try to get him out to see all of the sites if possible. That's our goal. But he may say, I'm here for 30 minutes or I'm here for an hour. So we're just gonna kind of play it by ear when he gets here Monday.
You got a time when he's coming, approximately?
Yeah, approximately at 11.
Okay. I will be here, so he wants to make me. Okay, subcommittee communications, updates, anybody?
We are having a board policies meeting next week.
Okay. Comments from the public?
None.
None. We'll dispense with the reading. Consent items A through J. Do we have any comments? From the board member? Leah, do you have any comments?
I have a comment on our question about G.
Go
So
ahead.
is this, the relocatable restroom, is that something that we've always had, or is this something that?
No, it's a renewing always, current restaurant.
That's it.
I move to accept.
Right.
Yes, Leah. There you go.
Yay! We're finally getting her on the record. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 3 ayes, 2 absent, and 1 from. General, discussion resolution, Kern County Board of Education opposing Assembly Bill 495 and defending parental rights in education. Mrs. Gaines?
Yes, at the superintendent meeting, Dr. Mindeborough brought it to our attention that his board just wanted to come out with a statement about this. They don't care if all the governing boards in Kern County, choose to follow this, but they just wanted our boards to be aware of what they came out with. So this item is strictly informational on Assembly Bill 495, just for you to read.
What page is that on?
It's on page 75. I can, if you're interested, you can share with me to also make this an action item for our board. We could bring it back, but right now I just want you to have it as information.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. And the second one, discuss resolution of Kern County Board of Education in support of Title IX. Mrs. Gaines?
Yes, and this is a very similar item. Kern County Board came out, they just wanted to make a statement, and they did, and as you can see, they all signed it, and Dr. Mindeborough shared it with us for us to, if we wanted to share with our boards. I chose to share it with you, and it's on page 77. Supporting Title IX and fairness in girls' interscholastic sports. Look it over, let me know in the future what your thoughts are, and if you want it brought back, I will bring it back.
Okay, maybe we can discuss that further with the other two.
Yes,
Thank you.
I would bring it back forward in, with our own board action item.
Business operations, review and approve unaudited actuals, Mr. Irvin.
Alrighty, so this is annual report of the unaudited actuals. For those of you who may or may not know, unaudited actuals are annual statement of where we ended last year prior to auditors coming out to verify that programs were run accordingly, everything looks okay. So that's hence the unaudited part. Our auditors will be out next month for the beginning of the fall audit, where they look at the tail end of last year to put together their report of for the 24-25 year audited financials. Really, for this presentation, going to only be looking at revenues and expenditures, and then a brief slide on the other funds outside the general fund. So Overall revenues last year, came in at $72.3 million. That's both, unrestricted and restricted funds, restricted funds being those with, various resources and tied to different programs or, federal funds. So just to list a couple of them, you got the title programs, Title 1, 2, 3, 4. CTIG, which is a grant that we get from the state for career technical education. ELLP with the Expanded Learning Opportunities Program. And then we last year had the last bit of the one-time ESSER funds from for COVID. So we're through the rabbit hole on those. There's no more one-time funds from ESSER, GEAR, all of those fun acronyms from last 5 years or so. Estimated funded ADA was 3,345. We began the year with a fund balance, so again, everything that we had on hand was $42 million, and we ended at $35 million. And again, that's a combination of restricted and unrestricted dollars for those totals. Oops, too many buttons. All right, this is a look at estimated actuals versus the unaudited actuals. So as part of the budget process, it is not only looking at the upcoming year, but also taking a look at the year that's about to end and hopefully being closer than not of the accuracy of where we are with revenues and expenditures. Overall, revenues were about $440,000 less than anticipated, with more money coming in for other local revenue than anticipated, but canceled out by lower than anticipated state LCFF revenue as well as other state funds. So, where it gets real fun will be in the next slides of expenditures. We unaudited actuals, total expenditures last year, we were knocking on the door of $80 million, which is a combination of using one-time funds. We knew spending down the carryover that we've had for the last several years within the LCAM, and trying to utilize ELLP and these other restricted resources that are slightly newer. On the next slide, you'll see that the expenditures exceeded estimated actuals, partially, more or less across the board, where with negotiations settling so late last year, with the RTA, we settled the first week of June, I believe, which was right in the middle of preparing budget windows, so to have that estimate of what our salaries and benefits going to be I didn't nail it exactly, but and then for we had construction completing at the high school, basically with the cafeteria, construction starting at TMS with the landscape project there, boring getting underway at the West Park, and ongoing construction at RES. So with those with those payments coming in after June, but still tied to last fiscal year, I didn't necessarily knock it out of the park in terms of estimating those. So overall total, if we were to look at salary and benefits for overall expenditures, we're about 70.3%. Factoring out the construction pieces of those, it bumps that up a little bit to 72.6. But I wanted to show both numbers because with the construction, it's a lot of money going out one time, but so it may have a little bit of skew of what that percentage is.
So Robert, may I ask a question real quick? I'm confused. Is that backwards or is it me? Did I just hear you say with the construction, it's 72.6?
No, without.
No.
So,
So if we're not counting any of the construction costs from general fund towards those expenditures, it increases the percentage of salary and benefits if, it's not being offset.
so
Because the
what's the
denominator,
70.3,
70
with or
point,
without?
without the construction factor into it.
And what is 72.6?
Or sorry, 70 is with it, 72 is without. There we go.
Still a good range.
Seems like it should be backwards.
Um,
Does that mean because we're including the construction funds?
It's because we have LCAP funds, ELLP funds, all these parts that make up general fund that
Okay,
are construction. This isn't including Fund 35, Fund 21,
Okay.
those other construction funds. Sorry, this is all, yeah, so these are all just
okay,
those
okay,
projects that are within
okay.
the big umbrella of general funds.
Wanted to understand. Thank you.
Yeah. So here, we see a lot of red. Where, with again, with the negotiation settling so late, final June payrolls and then the retros that came immediately after to keep everything within the fiscal year. Didn't have those full totals when preparing the estimated actuals. Books and supplies, they're a little bit over, but compared to the services and other operating expenses, which again in itself is a very large category. So that's a combination of construction, about 2.5 million of that 3.4 is construction related. The other pieces are utilities, water and electric that came in higher than anticipated for last year. And then a capital outlay, we were, $2,000 under, so, a drop in the bucket of an offset, but, it's not entirely right. And then other outgo, so there's a handful of students that live in Southern Kern District but attend Valley Oaks and Tehachapi, so we pay a little bit of our revenue towards the charter because they're part of that charter. But and then the difference is 6.6 million, but again, a significant portion of that is those construction pieces. And then lastly, our fund balances for everything that's not general fund. So we have, adult ed, our cafeteria funds. All of these totals are as of June 30th. Let's see, what do we got here? We got Fund 21 is, Measure 8. State facilities 8.2 is the money for the state for the West Park project. The Fund 25 is our developer fees for the money we get for new development in the district. Any questions on anything else?
I actually have a question.
Okay.
So the slide just before that, for service and other operating expenses, you said that's utilities,
Utilities make up part of it.
right?
It's a
Some
very
of it,
broad category.
right?
Our 5,000, we got 5,200. That's travel, so conferences, per diems.
Okay, services and other operating.
Yeah, like
expenses.
all of our utilities are 5,500. Sorry, I'm going into the real weeds of the account codes,
Okay.
but and then services. So the work with the contractors, our architects, lawyers,
Okay,
basically anybody out that's not a district. The service providers for SPED, for example, will be coded under that services where they're doing stuff for the district. So,
okay, thank you for that explanation. There's like 3 million in utilities, like what are we
No.
doing?
about 2.5 million of that is the construction loop.
Okay.
About 300, not 300, about 160,000 of that is electric. Our electric bills are insane, and about 120 of that is water. For
Thank you.
right.
Yeah, it's an action item, so, Arleah, do you have any comments or anything you want to add? Okay, we'll have a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 3, 2, 1. Next up, another action item. This is approved resolution 25-26-03, educational protection account, Article 8, Section, 36, Comment 36E, Mr. Irving.
Alrighty, so this is an annual resolution for that we will follow state law and work within the GAN limit. The GAN limit is a spending appropriations limit on, limits basically how much we can spend as a district. We haven't, it's not an issue we've run into, but we didn't know it's
Are you, I know, I see that on there, are you going off of B for the 25-26-3 education protection account?
No, I skipped ahead. I scrolled too far on the board again. EPA, okay. EPA is Prop 30 was passed in 2012 for as a set aside in taxes for specifically education salaries. So it's salaries for teachers and paraeducators. For this district, we primarily use it on teacher salaries. So it's a resolution to, attest that we will use our EPA funds for their designated purpose. Okay, sorry about that, guy. Trying to wrap this up.
Okay, actually, we can, can we go ahead and vote on both then?
I don't know, I
It's
think
to be
we
separate.
Yeah, separate.
Yeah,
No, I meant we'll do one and then do the other, since he's already explained it.
He did already explain that, okay.
Okay, that's what I
So
meant.
I move to accept, item B.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, you have any advice additional? No? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, approved resolution 25-26-04, GAN limit. Do we have any comments? Leah?
No.
None?
I move to accept.
We finished everything. Okay,
Do we have a second?
okay, I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Approved change in contract with Coast Construction Group for the after-school program at Roseman Elementary School, F&M job number 3000.150, total cost of $25,779.20. Mr. Urban?
Alrighty, this is a change order for the replacement of the fire alarm panel in the office of the East Campus. The scope of the project included updating fire alarms and notifier systems throughout the classrooms. It did not have any scope in there to replace the panel so that things could communicate. Where so the upgraded panel will communicate with the alarm itself and the enunciation. There we go, easy for me to say. System, so that in addition to the alarm going off, it has a vocal to notify the people that there is a fire. Please evacuate the building.
Will this complete the system? Because I do remember us doing this. So like you said, they did this, but not this. So will this
Yes.
cover everything?
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Leah, you have any comments?
No.
Okay, do we have a motion?
I'll motion.
All right.
Go off, Aaliyah, go off, girl, I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
I,
Aye. 2 absent. Approve the following list of personnel items. Mrs. Hargis.
We ask that you approve the list as written.
Okay, anybody have any comments?
I see lots of after-school academy, lots of Saturday school teachers,
Clubs?
clubs, coaches, all the things. That's exciting. I move to accept.
I do have one question. We, I think, tabled Mr. Davis last time.
Yes.
Are we good to go with
We're
that?
to move forward.
Yes.
We are? Okay. All right, we have a motion from Sonny. Second? I'll second it.
No, I think Adrian was in agreement.
Okay.
I was,
She was thinking? You want to second it?
you go for it.
All right, then I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And, okay. I did that right. Too many pages here.
Aaliyah, you're up, girl.
Yep, you're,
I motion to adjourn.
yes, ma'am.
I'll second that.
All right.
8:17.
8:17, so we got Aaliyah. And then one by Sonny.